how teams take those sides, how teams, you know, have to execute those sides. Train is especially one of those maps where, you know, team coordination is important. I mean, if we look at the A side, you know, you got to push someone out of like Pop and A main and Ivy almost at the same time, just to kind of put pressure on the CT side and, you know, get that entry into the A side. And util usage especially there is so interesting and so critical.
Well, I do also feel you're quite biased. You do love Train as a map.
I just like Train.
Yeah, no, I'm very sad because Cobblestone was unfortunately taken off the map rotation. That was my favorite.
Unfortunately is taken out, but I mean, I think with the new rework of Cobblestone, do you think there could be a chance that they could bring Cobblestone back? Obviously taking away all the creepy chickens and candles and, you know, actually putting daylight on there.
Well, I feel like creepy chickens and candles definitely add to it, but yes, I do think they've done the rework to bring it back into rotation, because it was such a great competitive map, and it was, yes, it is considerably quite difficult to play, and a lot of, especially newer players, hate Cobblestone to play it at all. But I think they can definitely bring it back, and we could see some great things there.
Definitely. Have you seen the new Cobblestone map?
I had a brief browse. I didn't get much into it. I did run around after chickens for a little bit, but you know,
those chickens are quite distracting.
They are quite distracting.
They're very spooky.
Very spooky.
I saw a lot of new windows added, and I saw a lot of obviously, you know, the A side and B side were completely reworked. I mean, the A side is no longer where it used to be. It's now basically in front of where Truck used to be on A side. You know, the whole spawn area has changed. They've also added some new windows into middle, so from, you know, ramp, I mean CTs or Ts even, can throw util through the window. So that opens up a lot of more execution style, you know, things that can go down. I mean, you pop a flash, you peek around the corner, and the guy can't do really anything because you can't even see the flash coming.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to see a new couple of strats popping out for that one. I'd really be curious to see it.
I would love it if Cobblestone was brought back into, you know, the meta and into the rotation, just for the fact of it. It's just a fun map. I like Cobblestone.
Yeah.
But also the new reworked map, I think, I don't know, I'm on the fence about it. I would be very interested to see what people think about it. But back on the point, Vinco versus Retaliation, I mean,
Vinco are said to be quite fan favorites of this league.
Yes, I've heard a lot of people be very excited with the Vinco lineup. I mean, you've got people like Hashimoto, Bobby Yo, and Dams, and Lichlord. I mean, all guys that have been in the scene, you know, for a while and have a multitude of like experiences and, you know, just general knowledge that they can pass on to their teammates. And I think I'm very keen. I'm very keen to see how the teams are going to be playing, you know, if it's going to be a one-sided match or if there's going to be a lot of back and forth between the two teams. Very, very interesting things.
Well, I'm personally hoping for a back and forth. It always makes for a very exciting game. I'm never a big fan of the one-sided and just, okay, now we're going to totally dominate this side and you guys have no say in anything. So yeah, I'm keen to see everyone put up big fights and everyone kind of show us why they're here and why they want to be here, personally.
No, definitely. Just waiting to, yeah,
we're just waiting for our GeoTV link.
Yes. Also, just guys, before we continue, we'd just like to ask you guys to bear with us. This is our first cast, so we're just going to be, you know, rolling with the punches as we go. So please be nice, but please do pass on some criticism if you guys hear it. I can already see that I'm going to make a lot of English mistakes today.
I think we usually make a lot of English mistakes. I'm not a very good Englisher.
I should have had another 4 cups of coffee before I came here.
Well, I can't drink coffee, so I mean, I'm just in a situation coffeeless.
That sounds like a you problem. That's not my problem.
Definitely a me problem, but it's fine.
But yeah, it's okay. We'll figure it out otherwise. Again, I think we should just, you know, give another shout out to our sponsors, Utini Digital for Jesus and TeamSpeak.in. Again, without these guys, none of this would be possible. We wouldn't have this opportunity to be sitting here talking about, you know, whatever we want to talk about, really.
Everything, yeah. I'm very excited to see where this league goes and the possible leagues that come next, because I myself am very keen for like an Overwatch league, and especially the Formula 1, because I love Formula 1. So I'm very biased on that.
I mean, also just the Overwatch tournament. I would love it if ZAMAJORS, you know, could bring in that Overwatch tournament, because oof. But I think, you know, let's talk about some more recent CS:GO knowledge. I wonder, should we mention the young Forsaken man over? should we mention it?
Well, I suppose we can. There has been a lot of
I feel like everyone has been talking about it. I mean, gosh. So for those of you who don't know or have, just not have no idea what we're talking about, recently at one of the majors in India, I believe it was the guy from Optic.
Yes.
Optic India. His young name is Forsaken. I am not going to butcher his first and second name, but basically he was caught cheating in a major tournament, and for me, like, I just don't know how that even is able to happen. I mean, how does no one take notice of the fact, like, firstly, how did he get, the cheating software onto his PC? How did it go on? I mean, I think they only caught it out within the second map. The second map of a majors tournament. Oh, I think that guy's cheating.
We should probably...
Yeah, I mean, immediately a referee was sent over to check Forsaken's PC, and he properly tried to make sure that the referee couldn't touch his PC. He did not want anyone looking at that word.exe.
I hate to say it, but my favorite thing about that video is I think it might be the manager in the back and also his teammate sitting next to him.
Just absolutely in shock.
They are in shock, but the teammate kind of looks at him, sees it, and then just kind of falls back and just stares at him like the most. He was so upset about it, which is understandable, I mean, this is the guy that you are.
This is a CSGO team,
it's your team.
You practice with your team. I mean, I would say, a minimal time practicing with the teammate is like four nights a week. And that's just practice. I mean, that's not even including, like scrims, official games. I mean, he spends a lot of time with these guys. And a lot of the teams overseas, they stay together in a house. There's so much time that you spend with these mates. That you treat them like your gaming family. And I mean, I would feel betrayed if my fellow teammate just decided, you know what, I'm going to put everything we've worked on
the
for
line.
Years and years on the line and just, cheat. I mean, I have absolutely no remorse for cheaters. I mean, if you cheat, you cheat, you're gone. It irks me.
The sad thing from my point of view is it's very likely that these guys are friends. You don't really join a team and not naturally kind of fall into a friendship with them. It's difficult to be on a team with people and not have a personal relationship with them. So personally, the fact that he did this to his team is also just like a very like, you know what, I'm just going to ruin everything for everyone.
No, absolutely. I mean, like, even if he wasn't caught, or for some magical reason, I mean, it's already pretty unbelievable that, it was only caught out in the second map. How
did it go unnoticed? That's what I would like to know.
Yes, firstly, how did it go unnoticed? But also, just how could you face your teammates after that? Let's say you win that major, but in the back of your mind, I cheated. This is not my achievement. This is some coder sitting in his room that programmed a lovely little cheat for us, and that's not my achievement. That's not my hard work that's paid off. That's just me downloading a program and popping it off in a major. That's horrible.
No, it's terrible.
I mean, oh, gosh. Again, just to reiterate, guys, sorry we're talking so much because we're still waiting for the GOTV link. Once we get that, we will hopefully get straight into the action.
And go live.
Yes, with the play-by-play for the South African Majors League. Yeah, this is quite daunting.
It is a little daunting, but it's
a little daunting.
Yeah.
It's a little daunting. I believe the MP5 is still... I don't know if it was brought into competitive, but... Oh, it has.
It has, yes.
It has. We just got a young advice. It has been brought into competitive. What do you think? And also just the economy changes recently. I mean, you've got the young Krieg. That's basically just $50 or 50 CS:GO monies more than the AK. However, you get a scope, you get a hell of a lot more armor penetration. What do you think that's going to do for the meta? Before we even go into the actual economy changes, let's just talk about the Krieg. The SG on the terror side.
I think it's definitely going to be game changing. Yes, completely ignoring the economy side of it. It is just, we don't know what is going to happen with it, in my opinion, because we haven't yet seen how the pro teams and the pro scene are going to handle it. And I would love to see the differences in how pros make the decisions to what are we going to buy next? Are we going to buy this? I think it's going to make a major influence, and I would love to see it actually employed.
Sorry. I've been seeing a lot of highlights, especially Chris J himself, using the Krieg a lot. And sometimes it pays off for him, sometimes it doesn't really. But I don't know, like, personally for me, I cannot use that weapon. I mean, when I started CS, that was the weapon alongside the P90 because I am an absolute noob of a player. Those were the two weapons I relied on a lot, and I remember when I was still playing with it a lot. Yes, I mean, the extra range is great. The armor penetration on that gun alone, it's gorgeous. However, I'm seeing it now, and just especially, I mean, I love AKs. I mean, I just, there's something about an AK one tap that just, it's too much.
Well, you've always been absolutely deadly with an AK, so of course you would feel that way.
Sometimes. But it's just, I don't know how I feel about the Krieg. I feel like I don't like it. Even though, yes, that was the gun that I spent majority of my time on when I started out in CS, because I didn't know much better. I don't like it. It's just also, it's clunky for me. For me, it's clunky. I think that's the biggest thing.
That is a good word to describe it. I actually like that word a lot.
Yeah,
clunky.
It's clunky. I mean, it's the same issue with an AWP. I mean, yes, an AWP is a powerful weapon. I mean, as soon as you scope in, you alert anyone around you.
Not just that. I mean, it slows your movement. It's quite an impairment, actually.
Also, have you ever tried to spray? Okay, this is definitely spraying not how you're supposed to play with. No, not spraying. I'm talking about the Krieg now. But if you ever tried to scope and spray, that's not how you're supposed to play with it. But good golly gosh, I can't keep track of anything.
But also, when you're relatively new to the game, you always do want to scope and spray.
Because I mean, for new players, I mean, that's definitely the first. I'm sure I've done many times. If I somehow found my first few games on CS, I can assure you I've done that.
Oh no, definitely. I still do that.
Well, that's and walking while spraying. Speaking of walking while spraying, have you seen the new Tech 9?
I have not had a chance to play with it much.
They rebuffed it. Yeah, they rebuffed it. I played with it, I think yesterday or so, in a death match. I could literally run and tap people. It was great. It was basically how the Tech 9 was.
See, that was the thing, and that what hurt me so much about the Tech 9, because I used to love a Tech 9. I used to jam so much with an AWP, and I'd always have a Tech 9, and I would be running around spraying with that thing like no one's business. And then they broke it. And I was extremely upset.
They did quite a nerf on the Tech 9.
Exactly. And I was so scared, and if I accidentally bought it in spawn, I would be mortified, and I would drop it and be like, I don't want this thing anymore.
So were you one of the players that instantly jumped over to the CZ?
I cannot use the CZ. It has 2 little bullets for me. So just gonna say it.
For terrorist side, you want something a little bit more powerful than, a P250, but you want a little bit more bullets and a little bit more leeway than a Deagle, because quite frankly, you're not feeling your aim that day.
My Deagle shots never hit.
You have to choose between a Tech 9 and a CZ. Who do you choose?
Probably a Tech 9 over everything, because I don't know. I when I started playing the game, I did not enjoy the CZ. So from there, I kind of just grew this thing where it was like, I never want to touch you. I don't even want to try you. I will never, if I'm running past and I literally have nothing else, I will not pick it up. I will run past it.
Look, I love the Tech 9. I still love the Tech 9. I was very sad when it kind of got bumped out of the meta, and then the love for the CZ really grew because people were kind of forced to do it, especially on T side. If you don't really want a P250. I mean, look, I love a P250. It does a hell of a lot of damage. But also sometimes you need a little bit more ammo. You need a little bit more, spray and pray kind of prowess. So then the CZ doesn't exactly have a lot of ammo, but back then it was easy one taps. It was an easy way to get a pretty decent kill.
Oh yes, no, I completely understand.
A pretty decent few kills.
See, my problem is I don't think I understand the spray control of it. So what basically happens is you will just hear a few small shots, and then I have no ammo, and I'm running around basically with nothing in my life.
Yeah, you see, the concept is that you're supposed to, tap, not spray.
No.
Which is, I think, a concept that a lot of people still struggle with.
Oh, no, definitely, because at the end of the day, if you are in a panic situation, what is the first thing you fall back to? And I'm not discussing pros who have it built into their brains for the rest of their lives. I'm saying normal people will always end up spraying. Because it is the natural instinct. You're just like, I'm just going to press this button, I'm going to panic, and I'm just going to spray.
Right. Yes, in terms of what we're talking about, before the updates. The recent update majorly buffed the Tech 9, which is why it did such a fantastic one to play with again. Let's head into this GeoTV link so we can get into the action. Again, still very keen to see how this game is going to go. If it's going to be something that's one-sided, you know, or if it's going to be a very action-packed back and forth kind of game.
Again, I'm going to say that I just want back and forth, and I want as many rounds as possible.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Well, it seems like the teams are almost all readied up and on the server. Let's just get. Be nice if we can get us going. I hope you cannot hear me typing furiously. If you can, I do apologize. So sorry. Anyway, so here we got Bobbio, who else? Hashimoto Dams on the side of Venko, still waiting for the 5th. With the side of Retaliation, we've got Whiff Goes Doge. Is that Whiff Goes Doge? I believe it's Whiff Goes Doge. X-Chewy, K, and Liquid. Again, also just waiting for the 5th on their side.
Seems he could be struggling to connect.
Ah, yeah, it's probably just still connection issues, you know, as it is. Who are you favoring in this? I'm gonna put the tough question on you. Who are you favoring?
Well, in all honesty, I would like to say Venko. I have seen a few.
Are you on the side of Venko?
I am on the side of Venko.
Are you on the side of yellow today?
Yes, I am on the side. Well, if it stays like
blood
this, yes.
flowing within you. I better not have some bias caster here.
I have been a Navi fan since I was a baby, so yellow is in my blood.
And this is the South African version of
exactly. No, I'm very excited to see, you know, Venko play it. I've seen a few of their games, and I've seen a few of these players kick some ass. So I'm excited to see this.
I've definitely had a few facets against one or more of these players, and I've cried a little bit. Okay, here we go. The 5th for Venko would be Lichlord. So the full lineup for today's game: who else? Bobbio, Hashimoto, Dams, and Lichlord. And there goes Lichlord, but I'm sure he'll be back. I mean, you know, if you're gonna stick on the side of Venko, I mean,
do you feel naturally inclined?
I feel naturally inclined just to give, you know, Retaliation some backup here. Like, we can't have some one-sided, you know, pasta bias.
No, you just asked my opinion. That was all I gave.
I know, but I don't know. In my opinion, I haven't seen much from Retaliation. I know I've seen a lot from, you know, the Venko players individually. Retaliation, there's no one that I really know. You know, these are all pretty new names to me, personally. However, still just a situation where we have to just sit, wait, and watch, and hopefully be very, very entertained. So it looks like the map pick will be Cash, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they're sitting here warming up, surely. I like Cash. I feel like Cash is a very nice competitive map. I mean, we see it so often. I don't know. What do you think about Cash?
I must admit, I have been very up and down with my love for Cash. When I started playing the game, Cash was my absolute favorite over anything, even Dust, and you know how much I love Dust. But as I started playing a little bit more, I really fell in love with Cash. I love the, you know, the angles that you can hold and the spots that you can just basically hold a sight from. And I truly fell in love with that, but then I don't know, I felt like it became very repetitive. So I was seeing it a lot in all of the majors, and everybody was basically playing on it. And I mean, even when you searched just a casual little MM, it would always be on Cash. But
what do you feel about Cash is becoming repetitive for you?
I feel like I've seen a lot of the strats before. You know, I've always felt that, you know, there's only so many things that you can do, and by the fact of watching so many games on it and being involved in so many games on it, I feel like I kind of run out of fun things to do on it.
You run out of fun things to do on it?
Yes.
Alright, but what would you say is a typical round on Cash? A typical strat, so to call.
Well, my personal favorite is a lovely little push to mid from T-side. One of my favorite things not to do, because for some reason I can never get it correct, but is boosting a player over into mid just to peek in to see where they're sitting, who they're like, how many they are, because you know, you never know. They could be 1 mid, they could be 2 mid, they could be 3 mid.
Alright, so you would say, you know, the mid strat is just so typical for you on a Cash.
Yeah, I'm always usually charging down mid. Whether I survive.
Are you winning? Are you winning in mid?
Well, it depends how good the AWPer that's watching mid is.
Again, sorry guys, I just quickly have to type in a young command here.
Not typing.
Oh gosh. Let me just do this.
Sorry, give us 2 seconds. We are just getting our
Yeah, we
bearings
get
in
our
order.
auto director on here. I hope it is not so bad as I know it is.
Okay. So also we will not be controlling the viewpoints of the stream, as we will currently be on the same POV as the guy who is actually controlling it.
Yeah, so we will be just using the auto director function, which should give us a general view of the action going on. Obviously, you know, the main stars of this tournament is the players. We're just here to add on to that entertainment.
Microphone muted.
And
Seems that the fifth player. Oh, okay, we're switching to Dust.
looks like we'll be switching to Dust.
Okay.
Or they might just be using it for the knife round. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll wait and see. I don't know. I was looking forward to catch.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually very excited for a Dust. I've always felt that a Dust is.
Let me not show my bias.
Dust is always more concentrated on the actual aim of the players, and I've always loved that, like, Dust for that reason.
I feel like, I mean, Dust has obviously had a massive rework, you know, in terms of, you know, just layouts in general. If you go back into B tunnels, you know, and if you've not played the game in a while, see it now, it's much wider.
It's also a little daunting, I feel.
It's also not what I expected the rework to be, but I mean, I still enjoy Dust. I also still just feel like this might just be a very biased opinion of me, but I feel like if you just put anyone, you know, with an AWP and, you know, some decent reactions, they can pretty much mess you up on Dust.
Oh, definitely.
Dust is a very, for me at least, it's a very, you know, long range combative type of a map. I just don't enjoy it. Okay, I love my trains. I love my overpasses.
You love all your technical.
For me, it's a more. I always just enjoy those type of maps in terms of watching and watchability. They're just so interesting for me. I mean, Dust, I feel like obviously it's a classic. Everyone knows Dust. Even people who don't really play CS:GO, they've seen it once or twice.
Oh, definitely.
And for people who are new to the game and watching, you know, from, you know, a first time perspective, it's very easy to understand. I mean, you've got the B side on the left side, you've got A side on the left side, you've got a middle, you know, and there's various ways to get in between there. And also just, you know, the flows in between the sites are very basic and very, not basic, but very easy to understand. I'm not calling Dust basic, I'm so sorry. Just waiting for the broadcast to start. In the meantime, I feel like in the meantime, just want to reiterate, ZAMAJORS will be bringing in a Formula 1 tournament that will be having a lot of sponsors and 2 of our own taking part. Feel free to check that out. Also check out ZAMAJORS' Twitch channel. They're on their socials and they have their website, zamajors.co.za, so go check those out and get a lot of your information and content over there. Let's see. Right, we're still just waiting for everyone to sort their stuff out.
Could be heading on to a knife round soon.
I'm waiting to see. I'm not sure if this is the map pick or if this is just...
Oh, well, someone's knifing someone in spawn. There we go.
I believe we have auto director on, so that should be fine. Alright, knife is live. So this is just the knife map. We might not have Dust. We still have to wait and see.
You're just hoping for a cash. Or a
I'm
trade.
still very curious to see, you know, what side these teams are going to be going. Alright. So
We're going into the knife round here.
Oh dear.
Oh, no, Liquid doesn't seem to have connected correctly.
Or we might just be okay. Oh no, he's timed out, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Oh gosh. I know Dust 2 has become, you know, the standard default for knife rounds. I've never liked Dust 2 as a knife map. I prefer cash. You know, when Dust was still out of the meta, you know, obviously we had to, you know, change up which maps we knifed on, especially for VS Gaming. And it was cash, and I preferred that because I feel like this, you know, this mess on long, it's too much.
It's beautiful.
We're going into the first knife. seems like Vanco getting two.
Ooh, very even here actually.
Retaliation coming back quickly with some trades, but you know, 1v2 with P, and P's gonna go down. Okay. That means Vanco is going to get the first choice.
I'm curious to see what. Oh, okay. Second knock. What are we doing?
No. This is just some form. You know, they just have to get their things sorted. But I don't know. What would you say you prefer as a knife map?
Me personally, I do enjoy knifing and cash. Although I do feel like you kind of get trapped in a bit of a tunnel in mid. And yeah, I always feel very kind of constricted in mid and like I have nowhere to run to. And I know realistically you shouldn't be running away in knife rounds, but I would like the option.
I don't know. I still just prefer cash. I feel like there's more escapability for people. You know, you don't have like a choke point that people have to get through. I mean, yes, if you're unlucky and the CTs just trap you in garage, I mean, then that, yeah.
I completely understand.
Anyway, so let's see. We're getting into the map picks here. So Vinka will be banning second. Let's see. We already have two of our personal favorite maps out of the map pool. Train and Dust 2 have been removed.
Oh, and Inferno.
Yes, it's a BO1, so they should be doing Elim, and then choosing between the last.
Okay, well, I mean, hopefully we can see a Cassia. I'd be very happy to see it. It's an overpass.
Oh, that makes me happy. Oh, that makes me so happy.
I know that makes you happy.
That makes me so happy if it is. I'm
okay.
waiting to see. Obviously, when they start, then we will know for sure. I don't know. What do you think about Overpass?
I love Overpass.
Do you like it?
I do love Overpass with a passion.
I'm happy that the developers of CSGO did take notice to the community and lower the sound of the train. That was always my big nitpick with Overpass.
Understandable.
Was
you can't hear anything.
The train, you know, if you're sitting outside B, outside Monster, you know, even with an AWP or just anything, you know, lining up a smoke or a flash, that train comes over, everything just freezes.
Yeah. No,
everyone
will have a bit of a heart
where I can't do anything because I can't hear anything.
Oh no, I'm more talking about it always gave me a fright every single time. Even
you
though
just hear that train. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I knew it was coming, and I was just like, oh, okay, no, I don't like that.
No. It was excruciatingly loud. So it should be Overpass. I'm keen to see who's going to be starting on which side.
What is your personal favorite to start on this? On Overpass.
You know what? If I'm talking about in a personal capacity, you know, I'm talking about like an MM or a Pug or anything, a Faced, I prefer to start on CT side, personally.
Really?
Depending on my teammates. I mean, if I've got a team that understands, you know, the basic setup, you know, 2A, 3B, this B is a very contested side of the map. I mean, you can run a setup, you know, just having 2 forward on B with 1 being a quick rotation to A, so you know, your A players call, oh, we've got a short push, we've got, you know, action happening towards long. I mean, that B player can easily and quickly rotate to A. Whereas if someone is pushing to B, for A players to rotate over to B, it takes a while.
Yeah.
You might as well just give up.
I do feel like B is a slightly easier side to take.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, B is so easy to overwhelm, in my opinion. I mean, you know, A... There's very easy smokes that you can do, you know, the bank smoke, you know, the trash smoke, a molly here and there, and then 1 or 2 flashes and you've got sight. But I mean, that's basically the same with B. For B, I just feel there's so many more angles for the CTs to worry about, especially depending on where they're sitting. I mean, if you don't hit your shots and there's 5 or 4 Ts rushing through Monster, you're pretty screwed, in my opinion. So it does look like we'll be starting with Vinko on the CT side and Retaliation on the T side. Again, I'm excited to see this happen.
I'm excited
to be here, excited to see the outcome of this game.
I'm excited for Retaliation now because T side is my favorite side to start on.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah,
I'm just like pushing into people's faces with a Glock, don't you?
Yes, a little bit.
Just spamming that Glock, hoping for the best.
Yeah, no, but also just the aspect of let me just charge down wherever I feel like charging down, and instead of having the patience of...
Are you just a hold-in W warrior?
I can be, but I can also be extremely scared to do things.
You know, sometimes I've seen a lot of teams just, you know, with that hold-in W mentality, you know, just hold in W, hope for the best, get something that you can spray with an SMG or, you know, in this case, the Tech now.
Oh, yes, actually.
And just go for it. Gosh. Alright, it looks like we're straight into the action. Venko versus Retaliation for the ZAMAJORS. Excited stuff.
I'm excited.
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean, you had me so excited. Gosh darn it. Looks like they will be swapping sides. So it's the other way around. Venko starting.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, never. What is?
Yeah, it should be Retaliation starting on CT side. I think the server's just loading.
Oh, there we go.
Commands. I think they got a little bit too eager with their commands. So Retaliation on CT side, Venko on T side. Okay, so they clearly are your favorite because they're starting on your favorite side. And I'm just gonna give some love over to Retaliation. All right, let's see. Venko opting mostly just for armor, body armor all across the board. Retaliation with some util, Liquid with the most util, 2 flashes and a nade, and Vickers with Molly, and I think Whiff Goes Dodge just getting that last little $50 over.
Oh,
Good Chewy with the first kill. Not shooted out. Very cheeky. Oh, he's gonna get a second.
And now they have easy access.
And just like that, Venko's on the back foot. 3v4. I say that and it's back to a 3v3.
And Liquid goes down.
Literally just taking names. Hashimoto getting the kill onto K. And just like that, Venko had the A side. That Molly not really doing damage on the planter. Unfortunately, I feel like, you know, you could have just thrown that a little bit more forward. And maybe...
I feel like it maybe should have been a deeper Molly.
I feel like he might have, you know, should have used that for a retake. But now, nonetheless, Whiff Goes Dodge and Vickers in a retake on the A sides. Hashimoto and Literal very low. And as I said,
with the beautiful one-tap.
Absolutely gorgeous stuff coming from Bobbio. He knows what the last player is, and Vickers is excruciatingly low, and...
Venko take the first round. Okay.
Yeah, take the first round. That was chaotic. I mean, we had Chewy being very cheeky there in the beginning. You know,
extremely.
Taking that first pick.
But it did work out for him personally.
No, definitely.
What would you say you would have done maybe differently there? How would you have approached that situation?
Look, that trade should have come through from Venko. I don't understand how he wasn't traded out. But, I mean, nonetheless, Venko still got the round, so I'm gonna shut up about that.
We do have an AK on Venko's side, so...
Ooh, Chewy.
Trying
to get cheeky again, just getting punished for it immediately.
Is who else maybe going to be aware that they're going... Oh, wait.
We're also not checking this corner.
Oh, no.
As I say that, Hashimoto is there to help his buddy out.
No,
and again, just like that, Venko had the A sights. Hashimoto just holding the W mentality.
And unfortunately, that Molly missing again.
Again, this Molly. I think it's Vickers that's throwing the Molly. I'm not sure, but...
Whiff goes Doge, it goes down.
And with that, Vickers in a 1v5.
Look, 3 of the Venko players are quite low.
As
I was about to say that, anyway.
Again, Venko being quite commanding.
Yeah, very. Thing is, they're not necessarily playing hyper aggressive. They're just getting the pick and then moving from there. And I like this play.
Definitely. I mean, Retaliation is in that back foot. You know, they only have pistols and some util to work with. And now we've got 4 AKs on the side of Venko with a Galilele and a multitude of util. 2 flashes coming in through mid.
There is, however, a deagle on X-Chewy. We could see big plays here.
I just want to just give me that one. Bobbio taking out Chewy, and as
the deagle.
That's the deagle. I really...
They seem to be favouring this A side quite a bit.
I mean, Retaliation is going to be... I mean, this should be their last save. I mean, if they can, you know, convert this into a gun, that would be great for Retaliation. Whiff Goes Doge going down. It's difficult. I mean, especially when you use that for Venko, and who else is doing crazy work on A side, just letting me get a word in edgewise.
And K is unfortunately in a 1v5 situation. It seems that they keep leaving their Retaliation players to a 1v5, and unfortunately, there's not much you can do in a situation like this.
Venko's just not giving Retaliation, you know, any room to work with. I mean, we've said it before. These Venko players individually, I've seen them. I've played against them. I've cried a little bit when I played against them. They're great. The aim is just epic, and just as players individually, they're great. But as a team, you know, they're just one immovable object. You know, just working together, taking the A side with a storm every single time,
and just constantly having each other's backs. You know, yes, they're getting the important shots, and then they're
Case outside water. He's not currently connected, but unlucky for him, Lichtwolf's not going to be, you know, hunting there. Alright, so now this is Retaliation's first buy round.
Oh, we do see an AWP on K.
We have an AWP on K. We've got 4 rifles for the side of Retaliation against 5 AKs on the side of Vinko. Liquid does not have head armor for some reason. That's fine.
Well, at the end of the day, you know, against an AK, doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter, no. Honestly, even with it. I see Retaliation being very aggressive while having 3 towards the side of A.
This could work out in their favor. However, this could also be a bit of a bloodbath next to bathrooms.
Where's the opposite in K? He's number 1. He's in bathrooms. He's holding this angle. He could get a trade. Ooh, that nade doing some damage onto...
who else?
Oh, who else taking the peak?
Ooh, okay, and Chewy goes down.
Okay. And it's not being traded out. I mean, we just had 3 players towards the side of A side. They must have just moved off. Ooh, Liquid getting a kill onto Hashimoto. And another one onto Bobbio.
Okay, doing some very big work here.
Doing some great work for the side of Retaliation. This is still a 3-on-3 in the favor of Vinko at the moment because Liquid is very low. I don't know. I'm happy to see, you know, some payback and some, you know,
retaliation.
Some retaliation coming from, you know, the side of Retaliation. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Vinko is noticed though that there was 2 players towards the side of A side, and now they're taking that call through and going to be. Retaliation did not read this through. Unfortunately, they did get their B player to rotate off, so Vinko's going to get a free plant onto this. And in terms of utility, you know, Retaliation has the upper hand, but...
At the end of the day, none of them are working with much, though.
No,
Oh!
I'd like to see what happened there, but as I say that, Vinko, Damson, who else doing good work at finishing off that round very comfortably. What happened?
I have no idea.
Jump?
I think he was probably the player that came from Heaven, and probably misjudged that.
I don't know. I heard a nade shortly around the time that he died, so we'll have to see. And just like that, Retaliation is reset. I mean, economy-wise, they're on the back foot now. Still just going against these AKs, and ooh, this nade coming through. Will it connect? No damage coming through from that nade.
3 players are going down.
The lows though. Lows.
Will they be able to catch them here though?
Unfortunately, Vinko is just not playing with the lower side, and they're taking this long control very easily. No contesting coming through, you know, from the side of the CTs.
Chewy is aware though that they are poaching up here. They're making quite a bit of noise.
No, that call's definitely come through from Chewy. Oh, there's my Juan. That's what I need. Oh, let's not well flash. Stop getting the kill. Yeah, they're getting traded out eventually by Liquid. One out towards Monster, getting that kill onto Vickers. And just like that, 3v3. But I got a Juan, so I'm happy.
I know you're happy.
I'm very happy.
Your game has just been made now. Who else is quite happily just having a good old time on A sides?
I mean,
this could turn quite nasty if he drops down towards B, which he's very likely going to do.
He knows what's happening here. He can hear what's happening, and K getting the awful end of that AK.
They are now aware that he is there, though.
Look, Vinko have all the information they need. They know exactly where these CTs should be. It's just a matter of, you know, timing.
Do you think they'll possibly be able... Oh, they do have an AK. Do you think they'll possibly be able to save a second one?
I feel like Retaliation could really use a second gun, but I mean, even just saving that AK alone will do great work for the side of the CTs.
Oh, they've got to take up the second one. Okay, so they need to work hard on saving.
I was going to say they should save this. As I say that Rifko's Doge goes down, Nick is getting betrayed. Still in a 1v2.
Look, it definitely is winnable for Liquid.
He's got 2 flashes and a molly, sorry. But I think he's going to opt to save this. I can see him just, you know, walking away on that long side. As he should. I still think they should have. I mean, it was a 2v3, you know, in favor of Vinko. In terms of CT retakes, you never really want to take... I mean, in CSGO, you never want to take a fair fight. But you also don't want to take a disadvantage fight. They should have saved that. I don't think they should have, you know, gone out towards connector when they know there was a player or 2 towards that side.
Was it maybe that they weren't aware that Vinko had planted A, and they thought maybe they could possibly get...
I mean, who was it? Who else?
Mic off.
Okay,
yes.
From Heaven?
Yes.
He definitely should have called that through towards the side, so they would have known there's definitely traffic towards A site. I wouldn't have gone through connector, but nonetheless, we're going to the 6th round with Vinko leading 5-0.
Damn, so it's picked up an AWP. I'm curious to see this.
Pretty one-sided so far. Ooh, Chewy getting cheeky again, getting very close to Fountain side.
Really appears to be quite a cheeky player.
Yeah, he's a very cheeky player. I like it.
I also like it.
I like it a lot. Right, with that, we've got 2 towards B side, 1 holding the A side, and then who's this? It's Chewy and Liquid being very aggressive towards bathroom side.
Again, this could work out for them.
Look, again,
all depending how they play it.
Oh, Chewy.
Liquid and Chewy both fall.
Liquid and Chewy both falling. You know, getting that initial pick. That's why I don't like being that aggressive. Especially if you don't, you know, have any pre-warning. Like that kind of situation, you know, either get out or make it count.
Yeah.
Where I believe, I'm not sure who it was, but the person standing on short, you know, that's a one and done spot. You got to get out of there, man.
Look, they got a pick from it, and they got a second one very low. Yeah. So this could still lean towards the way of retaliation.
Oh, as I said, that Dam is getting a kill onto Vickers. That's the B side open. And Vinko knows as they're going a quick execution onto B. Heaven smoked, flash coming through. Wolfgo's dodge throwing a Molotov onto B side. Unfortunately, it's hitting the smoke, so that's not going to be of any, you know, adverse.
And the bomb is going to go down. Are they going to? It does seem like they're going
should be waiting for his teammate here. I think they might be
possibly saving him.
This. I mean, I would. It's a 2v4. You know, I mean,
there's only one of their players that are quite low.
No, definitely. Bobbio, I was still saying, Bobbio is low, but I mean, he's got 2 kills to his name, so I also wouldn't want to mess with that man.
No, I don't think I would either.
Absolutely not. All right, and with that, Vinko's gonna get their sixth round. Their 6th round.
Look. So far, I do not think Retaliation has been doing badly. They are not necessarily being stomped every single round. No, you know, there's a few rounds that are a little bit close.
There's some contesting going on, but I would like to see a different setup coming through from the side of Retaliation. They know that early aggression onto Fountain is not working for them. You know, they're not getting the pick. I mean, Chewy got lucky, yes, in the first... Well, not lucky, I mean... I can't say that, but... He got those 2 kills, but still, it could have gone very easily a different way. And again,
with the aggression.
I don't like this setup. And here we got Vinko going onto the B side with no congestion. Who else taking out Vickers in heaven, leaving Wolfgo's dodge alone? Both him and Chewy get taken out in the end.
The Retaliation players are falling.
They're just falling like flies, and I think it's because there's no congesting going on. I mean, I'm not seeing... You know, that early molly or smoke into Monster. I'm not seeing, you know, anyone taking water control, which is really what they need at this point. They need a little bit more information without losing players. You know, in a very safe way. Just send 2 players to get that control. But yeah, with that, Retaliation at 5. K getting some damage.
And who else just finishing off the round? Nice, clean.
Who else with the 3k?
Hashimoto was on 10 HP though.
He's skin of the teeth 2. With Bobbio 9 for 2. I mean, these Vinko players are going ham. We have a young James Bond, unfortunately, on Vickers, but he's opted for the XM, so I have a lot of respect for them. I just love my shotguns too much.
I personally cannot use a shotgun. It does not work for me. I don't know. I don't have the aim. I try to use it like a sniper rifle. It just doesn't end well for me.
I mean, with that, you know, Retaliation now calling a timeout, I think they're struggling, and I think it's mostly because there's no map control. I mean, Vinko are just easily getting map control. I mean, they're literally just holding in W at this point. You know, they're doing great work. They're getting the kills. They're getting their trades. Whereas Retaliation, you know, an opening pick would be had, but it would be quickly traded out by Vinko, and then Vinko would go on to get a 2nd or 3rd kill. And with that, I mean, you know, Retaliation was put into a 1v5, a 2v5. They don't have a choice but to save or fall back, which you can only save so much.
Oh no.
Eventually you're gonna have to YOLO, you know? Especially since they still don't have the first round. I can imagine the stress on the side of Retaliation. But I still think it's just, there's no congestion or no contesting in terms of map control. I don't know, what are your thoughts on Retaliation?
Look, I personally think you can see they have aim. They've got great aim. I just feel that they are putting themselves in unnecessary situations that they cannot come back from. You know, they're pushing 2 players far past into bathrooms. And the thing is, as soon as they fall, it leaves your B players with the need to rotate, and it's hard to retake.
As I say that, Retaliation does seem to have changed up their setup a little bit in terms of these sides. Wolf goes Dodge getting a quick pick onto who else.
Okay.
Coming back, with a spring and a step after that timeout. And just like that, they're falling back to the A side. I like it. This is what I want to see from Retaliation.
Yes.
Getting that opening pick and falling back. There's no need to contest it again.
Okay, well, so far it seems that the timeout gave them a little bit of time to slow down, have a breather, think a little bit.
Who is this now sneaking onto long without any trouble? Lichlord getting very close to the A side on long.
This could be very cheeky.
And he's calling that to Vinko. We can see the Vinko players adjusting towards an A side take, possibly, but still a lot of them still playing very passively, waiting for that information. With that, Lichlord getting the kill onto Wolfgo's Dodge. Quickly Liquid. Bobby are getting the kill onto Liquid.
And we're in a 2v3.
These things just happen too fast for me to talk.
I know.
And with that K getting the kill onto Dams, who had the bomb. That's a call going for Retaliation. Bobby are needing to make some big work here, and he does. Getting the kill onto K. Still 2v2.
Are they aware what the players are though?
Hashimoto getting the kill onto X2E. Now it's Vicus in a 1v2. Still
with a shotgun.
Basically a 1.5. Versus a 1. Oh, that's why I respect this man, because he gets the XM. Now he's against Bobbio, who is the lowest player. And he does comes through with the clutch.
What? And Retaliation picks up their first round.
His first 2 kills, the first 2 most important kills.
And he made them count.
With an XM. I mean, I just have a buttload.
Yeah.
Respect for this man.
No, that was just extremely classy. I liked it, and he just gets a huge tick from my side.
Crisp and clean. Right, with that, 1-7 on the scoreboard.
I'm curious to see, do you think Retaliation, this will give them a little bit more confidence moving forward? You know, they got their first round.
I hope that spring in their step is enough to get through in terms of the equipment disadvantage they currently have, because they're running 2 MP9s, 1 Famous, an AK, and then 4. It's going to be tough, but I would like to see Retaliation, go forward from this, with a spring in their step. They're playing very passive. We don't have our very aggressive Bathrooms players, although, as I say that, they're creeping. They've got a young boost going on here. Oh. This could pay, but it's not a good conversion coming through for Retaliation.
Vinko might not expect
Bobby taking the first kill onto Woof. I'm just gonna call him Woof.
Woof.
Or Woof. We'll call him Woof. Who else? Traded by Liquid. Bobby getting the trade onto Liquid.
K has a very important job to do.
K has a very tough job to do. Flash is coming into the ace sides. It seems like Vinko are going to be doing this execute.
Who?
Or they might be doing a young fake.
Oh, Hashimoto is...
Yeah, as I
said, it's happening on B at the moment.
Hashimoto single-handedly cleaning up B sides, and with that Vinko getting onto the B side with an easy plant, a free plant in a 4 versus 2 in their favor.
Do you suggest saving in a situation like this, or maybe going for it?
I mean, regardless, CTs are going to be on a double save. With that, Bobby are getting a kill onto K.
Unfortunately,
Lichlord. Not exactly being the sneakiest of men.
Sneakiest of men?
Sneakiest of men. Sneakiest of man.
Does have...
I
would suggest saving this from us as much as you can.
Save and run.
Yeah, just run away. Don't let them chase you.
Take notes from Forest and run. Bobby are being very, very aggressive and doing some great work in terms of entry fragging. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this man.
No,
and with that,
they're definitely giving us a show here.
No, definitely. I think they're doing great. I mean, Bobby is 14-3 currently.
Oh no, he decided to pull up all the stops. He's going for it. He wants to win. He wants to win. Not go home necessarily. I suppose he probably is at home. But sit on the couch, have a chill. He wants this done.
And with that, what I was trying to say before Vinko just absolutely, was kicking butts and taking names. The CTs are on a double save now. They either need to win this round, get some guns, or do some massive conversions here. But with that nade, there was so much damage. There's so much action going on. Good gosh.
Well, Vinko does look quite comfortable at the moment.
With that, This one getting the kill onto Liquid. Dam's getting the kill onto Woof Goes Doge.
Woof Goes Doge.
Woof Goes Doge.
There we
I'm
go.
gonna struggle with this, man. Okay, fully flashed, still getting the kill onto Lich Lord.
With a FAMAS.
With a fair
May I say it?
Fabulous.
Oh.
And Dam's getting that trade onto K. And DT
Again.
side with a USP and a FAMAS.
And again, we are in a 2v4.
2v4.
The situation is happening way too much.
You know,
for it to be
retaliation
comfortable.
are just getting picked off one by one. No trades are happening. It's tough.
It is very tough.
It's also just tough when you're playing against these players. As I said, I played
Bobby
against them
has
myself.
something,
I've tried what I have for this exact reason. Because only Chewy left. He does do a lot of damage onto Dams. Bobbio coming in to help, and with that Bobbio finishing off Chewy. For the 10th round, we have a score of 9-1. So far, this has been very one-sided in favor of Vinco.
Do you think there will be a massive difference as soon as we switch sides? Maybe it's possible that retaliation
definitely,
is more comfortable on T side?
I think retaliation definitely needs these last 5 or 4 rounds. 4 rounds. They definitely want to take that scoreline up to. I mean, you know, with the Dream up to a 9-6, that gives them a very comfortable start on T side. But yeah, Vinco just holding in W and pushing that East side.
Oh, who else?
Spotting out someone at Toxic, going down, Kenny getting trade onto who else?
Oh,
Lich Lord taking down Hashimoto, and Lich Lord getting the trade onto Vickers. I cannot speak that fast. Please, my friends.
You guys need to play slower so we can talk normal.
Yeah, clearly they just need they need to play slower.
Dams has proven himself to be very good with this ult.
Yeah, he's been doing great work with the ult. Liquid again. It's what I don't like about this BC setup that they have going on. There's not enough position to trade comfortably.
Yeah.
That bomb going to go down. I think. Ooh, Liquid.
Lich Lord ruining Liquid's day right there.
Oh, Liquid. Same words, different kind of tone. And with goes Doge. And a 1v2. Lich Lord on a 3k. Can he make it to 4k? We'll have to wait and see. Oh, gets spotted out the sandbags.
Oh.
And Dam's coming in with that off shot.
Dam's just saying, no thank you, my day today.
Thank you, come again. And I'm starting to get very sad saying the scoreline for retaliation because they're my boys. They're my boys in this map. Since you went the side of the yellow.
I like yellow.
I have to support retaliation, especially just for the fact that they've got a player using some shotguns up in here. And doolies. Oh my goodness, I love this man. First the XM, now the doolies. I respect this man.
I expect very big things from these doolies though.
GT is doing a push onto Fountain, sorry for it.
No problem.
But yeah, with that, Vinco taking the inside of CT second, make that a 4th. I can't speak this fast.
Unfortunately, Chewy in a really horrible situation here now. He has a USP and a Dream. Can he make this work?
A USP and a big Dream.
Oh,
Hashimoto just gonna, just gonna crush those dreams.
again, just saying no.
Absolutely not this time. With that, K getting an AWP, I would like to see where he goes with it.
I'd like to see some AWP on AWP action.
I would like to see Dams and K, having a little...
Just hashing it out a little bit.
I still don't like the setup that's coming through from the side of retaliation. Again, we're going to have the same aggression. I mean, it's becoming easy for Vinco to read what exactly retaliation is planning and where they're going to be.
Yeah, they're playing extremely predictably at the moment.
Yes, they're not changing anything up. They're also not trying to contest Vinco. They're not taking any control. I haven't seen water being, trying to be, contested. Also, they're just leaving one player on the side of B. I mean, poor little Vickers is on his own. Solo holding B.
Who else?
And getting contact.
That was
by who else?
the
And with
most
that,
amazing
have
shot.
a free big sight again. This is what, the 3rd or the 4th?
However, they're rotating quite quickly here. They're very... Okay, getting a shot on Hashimoto.
Okay.
Okay.
That was a horrible pun.
Please excuse our puns.
I've already apologized. I'm not going to spend the second player. From heaven. Molly on the side. Be careful where he's trading. Getting a kill.
Bobby are going down. No, yeah, Bobby are going down. Oh, and again, Vinko just wrapping up that round. Must admit, that almost got extremely dangerous for them. You know, who else was extremely low there? It could have turned quite nasty for them on that side.
No, definitely.
Well, it is now 1-12. We are on round 14.
Bobbio's on a young 20k.
Bobbio is just, he's
20
literally
kills.
pulled out every single stop today, and he's just, you know, he's happy with his game. He's obviously very, very comfortable on this map, and very comfortable with the type of weapons that he's playing.
He's being an absolute monster. You've got 2 players towards those. I mean, sorry. 1 player towards those, 1 player towards short, both getting taken out in quick succession. I did apologize for my English before we started this stream. I'm just saying. And with that, K rotating towards A, I believe in Vayne. I don't think he's going to make it in time to stop who else from taking this bomb site very, very, very freely. But we've already got 2 players.
And
I would not have peeked.
K has been spotted.
Vickers goes out. K is left alone. Easily getting spotted out by who else? And Chewy with a 1D. And no dream says dams, apparently. Again, well, that Tech 9. I told you, that Tech 9. Just give up on Deagle. Just take the Tech 9.
To be honest, though, we haven't seen it. I have not seen a Tech 9.
We just saw it now.
I know. Let me finish my sentence. Sorry. Have not seen a Tech 9 till now. And I'm glad that was the first shot that I got to see. It was a very clean, crisp, good.
She was just like, nah, no.
2 ops on the side of CT now. What do you think the setup's going to be here?
I mean, you've got 1 towards sort of long, 1 towards bathrooms, you know, with a support member. And they're just 2 holding B. They are throwing the util up very quickly. That smoke has failed. Get the kill onto Shelly with a lot of cover thanks to the CT smoke. That is the problem.
Litchlord is very aware of where
that is a smoke you do not want to fail. With that, already 2 players on the side of B side. Looking for Vickers. Vickers getting caught out. And B side.
Open again.
Easy pickings.
They don't have the bomb though, they do have to go back and retrieve
Easy
it.
pickings for the side of Vinko, but I mean,
Liquid taking so much damage there.
Even without the bomb, the seat. Oh. I mean,
we have a little bit of stabbage among teammates.
A little bit of stabbage on the side of Vinko. It's just a left up.
No, I mean, what is a little bit of stabbage? Ooh, K. Ooh, with K with the ridiculous reactions. Reactions.
That was a filthy shot.
That was disgusting.
I am still cashing out again kill onto Whitco. So
K again.
Out. K is going ham. Liquid getting the kill. 1v2. Very winnable for K if he keeps doing those filthy shots. But does he have a player under him?
Oh, unfortunately he doesn't.
Does not suspect that player just waiting below heaven. And we're going to go into our second half with a 14-1 scoreline. This is going to be very difficult for the side of Retaliation to bring it back.
Realistically, how hard is it going to be, or how hard do you think it is to come back from a 14-1 in this kind of situation?
I'm not going to say it's impossible, because I've seen a lot of things in CSGO, but it's definitely going to be a tough run. And with that, we're going to go into our first round of the second half. Echo on the side of CTs, Retaliation on the side of Ts.
Well, I wonder.
Who's getting up from Fountain? Hashimoto. He's going to get punished for that cheeky little peek, but that call is going to come through the side of Vinko, and you're going to see a quick rotate towards the side of A. Retaliation has slowed down, and I like this. They haven't just full on sped it through towards A side. They're still waiting. They're still looking for these Vinko players. I mean, we've already got 3 players towards A side. Who else spotting out someone in bathrooms inside of Retaliation?
Surprisingly, they
put
no one on long.
No one on long, weirdly enough. We do have Liquid just watching the flank.
Ooh, here's a boost. Not really working out for who else.
Unfortunately, he can't really convert a kill from that, but with that, a single T is going to be pushing on to A side alone, and I think that might have just been for the sake of distraction, as Retaliation can easily take these sides freely. No contest. Oh, that was a pretty good sacrifice. There's nothing really to call it.
Oh, we've got
big work coming up. He has a 1v3, gets the first kill, still has 2 more kills to get
block, though. fan favorite of Glock.
If he gets his 2 kills, that would be the ace for him. He's doing a lot of good retaliation here. Ooh. Just needs to distract them long enough. Are we really going for a knife here, boys?
Okay.
I'm saying no. That was a 4K for the side of Wolf. Goes Doge. Wolf goes Doge.
Doge, yes.
Wolf goes Doge. But Dams is going to finish it out, and Venka will get their 15th round and match point.
Unfortunately, Retaliation now is sitting on they cannot lose another single round.
No, and they have to have a 14 round in a row comeback.
I believe.
And then we're tied.
I believe.
I believe. I believe in miracles.
Look, Vinko has shown that they are extremely
Absolutely.
strong and powerful, but also playing as a team. You can see the calls that are made and the way that they rotate together and move together is... There's definitely been a lot of practice behind it.
Definitely. And with that, Dam spotting out the first player from the side of Retaliation.
Of course, Doge goes down to 47. Oof, this is already not a good start.
He's being a little bit aggressive here. Who else getting a kill onto Woof goes Doge? And who else getting a second kill? Dam spotting out the first player. Literal taking out Liquid. And here we are. Oh, okay. With a trade, Chewy with a trade. Dam's getting a trade onto Chewy.
K in a
1v3 situation with an MP5.
I believe in the MP5. I believe in K. We've seen some beautiful things from this man.
Well, he gets spotted out by Dams here, and with that, Venko taking the win 16-1. Wow, that was
quite the game.
That was confident. That was a confident and pretty comfortable lead from Venko coming through.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, Retaliation had some great shots. They had some absolutely amazing shots. However, Vinko just showing round after round, 15 rounds in that, or 16 rounds, sorry, 16 rounds, as a matter of fact, that they know what they're doing, they know how to work as a team, and they know how to handle everything that Retaliation could unfortunately throw at them. But well played to both teams.
Absolutely. And I believe that is us for the evening.
Yes.
We will be passing it on to Shay and Lithium, I believe, for the second game, which I know BZK is one of the players, and I think Evolution?
If I'm not mistaken, yes. Do not quote me on that, please.
Yes. Definitely don't quote
Mic on.
anything, please.
Ever.
Innovation. Oops. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching and bearing with our poor English and first time casting experience. And yes, have a lovely evening. Again, just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Utini, who's this? Utini, Teamspeak.in, and Digital for Jesus. I did not want to butcher the name.
User in your channel,
but again,
timed out.
thanks to those guys. Without them, none of this would be possible. And from us, goodbye.
Thank you, and good night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Shay, and my co-caster is Lithium. Tonight we have a game between Berzerk and Innovation Team Vanquished.
It's nice to be here. You know, it's a good game. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think Berzerk might actually do well, but I'm really rooting for Innovation on this one, as these guys are from Battlefield themselves.
We've got really two strong teams here. It's going to be...
I mean, we got Innovation that beat Black Sheep the other day, and we had Berzerk Gaming. They beat DDC Disrupt the other night as well. I think pretty far as well.
That is true. Hot game today.
And then map picks for tonight. I don't know what Berzerk would go for, but last time it was both Mirage for Berzerk and also Innovation Esports.
Really hoping for another pick on maps tonight. But get out of those comfort zones and just like Overpass in our previous game was really interesting to watch. It's not a map that we've been watching lately. Yeah, so it'd be great to get a train. I feel like a train would be nice. The Berzerkers are really strong at train.
Berzerk, yes, they are very strong on train. I think that the teamwork on train for them is very good, to be honest with you.
Well, that's what it's all about. CS is a team-based game.
It is.
And here we're going loading to knife.
Yeah, we're going into the knife round almost. I just want to quickly go through the lineups before we start the knife round. The live round, we got the knife round is going to come up now, but we got our lineups. We got on Berzerk, we got SSK, Divine, KP, Joker and Cerados, but I don't think Divine is playing tonight. I think Cannon is playing for him.
Shady is on the list there.
Or Shady.
Yes, Shady.
Whoever that is, I have no idea. I think there was a little mix up there. And then for Innovation we have Maddox, Frostbite, Pollock, Marine and TK Devil. The players to watch, I think, on this game for Berzerk would be SSK and KP, and then for Innovation would be Pollock and Marine as well. I think those two are the most top players in Innovation at the moment.
They're all very strong players, but yes, I'm looking for. I think Cerados and KP. I really want them to shine tonight. Joker as well.
I really would like Joker to shine, as his previous match didn't go. It went well, but he wasn't on the map as much as we would like him to see.
He was really out of his comfort zone in that game.
I think so, yes. I think he was a bit nervous. And then while we're waiting for the broadcast to start, I just want to thank Utini, Digital for Jesus and TeamSpeak for partnering with us and being our sponsors. We are hosting a 10,000 Rand prize pool for CSGO with 32 teams lined up to play.
It's been such a great tournament so far, really exciting. You know, we really want to get all those games streamed, but unfortunately it's hectic out here at the moment. A lot of teams are playing on every second or third day, so there's a lot of teams playing and fighting it out. It's almost time for quarterfinals, so that would be exciting to get into. Can't wait to see the final teams in the group divisions. It's going to be very exciting. Those top teams, yes.
And then also closer to the end of the tournament, we'll be categorizing, or everyone would be put into leagues. So I have no idea how that works. I just know about Gold League and Silver League. So Shay, would you just confirm how that works?
Yeah, well, after the group stages, you will literally have the teams that have the lowest score will go into the Silver League, and the teams that have won the most and have the highest score will go into the Gold League. And from there, the knockout starts. And after that, if you get knocked out, if you lose that game, as soon as you're in those leagues, you will be knocked out of the tournament. And from there, you go to quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then you get your finals. And then, yeah, that's how it works.
So that's clarified. That's actually a pretty good system to work on, in my opinion.
It works for most teams. It really does. Now, you can't have 30 teams playing off against each other all the time. You know, it's pretty impossible to have 30 teams going 1v1 versus each other. You know, you have to split them up, and eventually they need to be knocked out.
Exactly. So I would say your pick for guys going towards the finals, what would you pick?
Funny enough, Dead Zone Gaming I think shows a lot of potential, and I would like Berzerk to go.
You're only saying you like Berzerk to go because you're the captain of the female team.
Oh, Berzerk Gaming, I love Berzerk Gaming. I'm not familiar. No, they're not familiar.
Looks like we're going over to Cash. I think we missed the knife round, didn't we?
Yes.
We missed the knife round. I apologize for that. But we will be going over to Cash, and I think the pick was Berzerk.
Not 100% sure.
We'll see now, and then they're gonna go into a knife for sides, and I would really like to see Berzerk start on CT side because previous game they played on Mirage, they were very, very, very good on CT side.
I'm really glad that they actually chose Cash. Cash is a very mediocre, both teams can play very well on both sides. It's not one-sided where it's completely C-sided or completely T-sided,
It's very balanced.
Both teams have great chances of pulling it back, or it's a fair game.
Exactly. And I think also it's a very technical map as well. I think their strats that they have worked out over the week leading up to this game, I think that they did prepare very well for this map.
Yes, both teams have been practicing really hard. They've been really doing as much effort as they can to prepare for this game tonight.
And then last thing before we go into knife round, we're just waiting for the broadcast to start. I would also ask everyone to please, if you would like to stay up to date with everything that ZAMAJORS are doing, give us a follow on @ZAMAJORS on Twitter, and then like our Facebook page at capital letters ZAMAJORS. Tonight we're only streaming to YouTube, but in the future we will be streaming to Twitch and Facebook at the same time, so you can tune in on any platform that you would like. And I think that's, yes, and also your picks for tonight, could you please tweet it at ZAMAJORS so that we could maybe set up a post on Facebook to let everyone know what the community picked and how the game turned out. That would be pretty awesome. And there's also a card on the YouTube stream that you are busy watching saying what your pick will be, and we will release those results after the game.
I must say, ZAMAJORS is really becoming busy. They wanting to promote. They want to see if the community are interested in Overwatch. So guys, drop your comments on if you want to see ZAMAJORS bringing out Overwatch tournaments. I know there's quite a few teams that are interested. So we just need the feedback from the community, as well as Formula 1 will be starting on the 2nd of November, which is really exciting. Gonna have an SA driver here. And there'll be live stream, so that's going to be super fun. Keep an eye out for that for all you Formula 1 fans.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that.
It's different, I must say. It's not something you're used to watching.
I think G-Max is also in the stream. G-Max plays a lot of Forza and he streams a lot of car games, simulation games. So I think maybe we could speak to G-Max, maybe get him on board or something like that.
Oh,
we'll
for sure.
see.
Yeah. The more the merrier.
Exactly.
Guys, busy warming up here.
Knife live is 3, 2, 1, okay. So we're going over to knife round. I think we're knifing for size at the moment.
Third giving us a nice message to all the viewers.
Oh, I think they already picked sides, it seems like it.
There's a friendly agreement there between the two teams.
Counter-terrorists win.
What sides I'll be picking.
Most definitely. Let's see.
I have a feeling Berzerk will switch.
I think BZK would be starting on CT side, if I'm not mistaken. I think they really enjoy CT side. There we go. Oh, they T side. They are staying.
Well, that's really a great pick there by Innovation. It's a round start.
Nice. Okay, so we got BZK on C side and we got Innovation on CT side.
Innovation packed up with their armor, full armor for all of the players. BZK got a few utils, armor.
I think
pretty much a default setup here, working towards mid, working towards A, trying to get those picks.
See Maddox playing in the Checkers area, looking at
Yeah, he's
vents.
got eyes on vents there. KP lurking around.
I think we got something going on in mid. TK Devil getting shut down to 1 HP.
Oh,
Oh, KP with
headshot
a...
for KP.
Ooh.
Nice prick there. That will really give them an opportunity to make a move. But look what happens. Bomb. KP's being a decoy here right now. The bomb is heading towards B. Just making a noise, waiting for them to rotate, which is actually working. Two players have rotated.
That's a very good load, I think.
Oh, Maddox with their head kill.
Nice, man. SSK in the mid area taking down Marine. Joker
Situation here.
into checkers.
Oh, Joker with a beautiful headshot.
See Maddox lurking on the B side.
They know he's there and they get it.
Nice. Well
Goes
played.
down to Berzerkers.
Very calm. Very steady.
Oh, completely. Really.
I love how KP was the decoy up on A with his molly and his smoke, taking down 2 players on A.
Like that typical situation on Mirage where the bomb will stay in Palace and everybody will rush B and go quickly plant on, you know, A. Same kind of thing.
Marine playing mid. We've got 2 players over on A, Default and Forklift. Was Shady with that MP5 going over onto Sandbag.
Tagging him very well there.
We got SSK. Ooh, SSK taking down Maddox. Maddox overstated a little bit. Joker taking down Pollock. Looks like they're setting up for a B plant here. Sarados getting that bomb down.
For them.
Looks like Sarados is going over into CT. KP still back here in the A main. Checking that back.
I really want to try and get this kill. There we go, they got him.
Well played by Berzerk. I love how they set up. They like get a first pick, and as soon as they get that first pick, they really just go for it, eh?
Communication, you can see, is just amazing right now. Really calm. You know, there's no rushing involved. Everybody's just taking picks at this point. Marine on their last save. Oh, we can get a headshot here in mid with that USB.
Even if he just gets a dink.
Yes.
Ooh, looks like 3 coming through mid.
So.
They're heading to mids. I think they're gonna hit that. They're gonna hit that B very quick. 2 players of in checkers.
KP getting that pick in mid.
SSK pushing through the smoke. TK Devil takes him out with that B2000.
He almost got TK Devil there with God, but very well played by TK Devil.
Looks like Pollock and TK Devil are gonna do this together. We got Shady looking at the vents. Sarados missing that spray onto Pollock. TK Devil getting the kill on Joker. And goes down, and so does TK Devil. Very nice try on that retake.
See what innovation we're going to do now with the buy round. Get that open mid to get that pick.
We got 4 M4s with some util armor. And KP still running that MP5 all the way.
Gonna use it while he can.
Joker looking for a quick peek in mid. Looking for that push.
Guys are just working with the information right now.
Marine in the mid with an AWP. Oh, what a shot, nice.
Beautiful pick there.
Another one.
That's really gonna hurt Berzerker Gaming right now.
Exactly. Maddox is here in the checkers area looking at vent still. KP playing it slow towards A main. Got a 5v3 here. I really like
to quick boost.
Yeah, I really like to see them get a pick in mid and then go over to A through highway. Nice, Sarados gets a pick on Marine. That AWP is down for Innovation Esports. KP going through the squeaky area.
Really really interesting how the players are set up and, you know, both fortunately
Pollock taking down KP and Shady taking down Pollock. So it's a 2v1 at the moment. If they play it right, I think they would be able to win this round. See how Shady does this post-play.
Beautiful kill there by Shady, very sneaky.
This is a good position to sit, especially by the way that he planted.
Got a molly in hand, so he's got that upper advantage. Alex has no idea where Shady is. Kind of assume that he's in.
Maddox going for the fade. Oh, Maddox actually sticking.
Beautiful play by Shady.
Unlucky to Maddox there. We got an AWP out onto BZK. I think SSK is taking it. And then we got a scout on a marine, and then another 4 M4s and some util for innovation.
Let's see if Marine can get those cheeky headshots with their scouts. Scouts are really easy for those headshots. I see most teams are now also trying to, especially on eco rounds, scouts are coming out nowadays.
I think because I think scouts is a very good thing. Oh, Joker getting that kill on Marine. Scouts is a very, very good gun to get some tags on. It's not necessarily for the kills, but for the tags.
Yeah, I agree.
SSK up on the boost area. I think they're looking at
playing picks right now. That's all they're doing. They're kind of setting up towards a B, but they're still hoping to get an A pick.
We got Joker in here on the highway looking for the boost, for the peak from there. SSK with a peek on TK Devil from Checkers. Frostbite. I would have liked Frostbite to just. I would have liked if Frostbite just chilled for a little bit there. Regain his aim. Play very sneaky. And RC Joker taking out Maddox in mid. I think Berzerk is doing really, really well tonight. I think this team it's a strong lineup. I think they played very, very well together.
Oh, definitely. You know what works? I think what works with them the most is they've always got that lurker, and I feel that lurker is the most important. If you know, for those quick rotations, you've always got your back. So the guys that are on site don't have to worry about being snuck up behind. You know, and it really gives the guys inside confidence.
Yeah. Oh, innovation with a boost. Rush in mid. And it all falls apart for innovation.
What's the rush round there?
It's TK Devil versus 4. He's in CT, moving towards A, maybe looking at getting a exit frag or saving a deagle and armor. Oh, he doesn't have armor, so it's just a deagle.
I think he's hoping to get just one kill so he can save the deagle.
TK Devil gets 1 kill, he can full buy next round. Well, not full buy, he might be able to buy himself an M4 and a smoke and armor, and then he should be good. But I think IVE is gonna go for that full buy next round because all of them are over 3k. Pollock sitting on almost 4. Unlucky for TK there.
Unable to get that extra frag. Their gaming is really just dominating this map right now.
It really looks, the T side for BZK really looks strong. All they're doing is they're just running through sides. I think what innovation can do is just hold their angles, because what they're doing at the moment is just playing default setups, and Berzerk is playing right around them. We got Frostbite up on the Heaven, and we got TK. Double kill for Cerados in the A main area.
It really, really hurt them in that round.
Nice shot from Frostbite.
Innovation is really trying that aggressive play right now, and it's not really working out for them.
I think what worked out for innovation the most is when they played back, they just waited. That's why they did so well against Black Sheep, Hooligans the other night. They just played back, they were chill, they weren't nervous at all, they just took it by the rounds. Oof, Joker taking down Marine there. Devil with a quad gun taking down Cerados. Oh, TK Devil on Shady with that quad gun. Looks like Joker is sneaking up behind him. Joker with that kill on TK Devil. It's falling apart for Innovation at the moment. They don't seem to know what they're doing. They're playing aggressive, then they're playing passive, then they're playing aggressive. I don't know.
You have Joker with 11 for 2D, you have Cerados with 10 for 3D. It's really hard to compete against those scores right now. In round 7. Round 8, sorry.
We got Innovation on a buy again. We got Frostbite with that MP5 and Marine on that Scout again, maybe looking to get some tags. Maddox in the checkers area. There's 4 towards B. Looks like they're gonna rush B. SSK looking for that heaven pick. SSK getting that check pick on Maddox.
They're actually really taking their time to rotate at this point.
Marine gonna think it. Ooh, Marine with that.
He's trying his luck.
He's trying it.
Knows all those blind spots very thin.
Oh, and SSK taking down Marine on heaven. Oh, Sarah, you just shot right now, dude.
See him? He doesn't know where he is, but they saw him.
He saw him.
Yeah.
I think he was going for that. I think he was going for that pop flash and trying to turn around coming through, but he came through too early before the flash popped.
Very difficult to push through smoke because the team will always see you before you see them.
Exactly. That's why I never push through smoke.
Not a really good.
Berzerk doing very well on the T side. I think Innovation just need to call a timeout and they just need to regroup a little. But they're on the same page. Pollock going down by Shady. Unlucky for Marine. SSK taking him down to the season. Oh, Shady with that.
You can just hear it in your own voice. The teamwork and the the communication from Berzerk Gaming at this point.
Yes, that's like you can actually hear it in your head how they're communicating with each other.
Really, they are so gelled together right now. Confidence.
And we got TK Devil on that SG again.
Have two orbs.
A double orb setup. We got Frostbite and Marine on there. KP just running through the flames.
He doesn't care, let's go for it.
KP taking down that orb in mid. Looks like Berzerk is very split up over the map right now. But it seems like they might commit bombs towards B side. Or TK Devil with that shotgun kill onto Joker. Joker is sitting there on his chair and just going, damn it, you know? Frostbite on that kill for Shady. I think this is
really good picks there for Innovation.
I think KP down in mid and then SSK going over to KP as well. Or KP going through the vents. I think they're pushing it towards. Looks like they're going to go B. There we go. Nice.
KP checking all his corners.
Nice. SSK is going to put down that bomb. KP should just keep a good eye on Heaven. But it looks like Maddox is actually. Oh, Marie. Yeah, Maddox is pushing from behind. He's going through the.
Corner for left. One is coming.
Beautiful pick there by Frostbite.
Nice
Frostbite.
SSK
Together.
Oh, nice by Maddox.
Beautiful.
That flick on that flick that SSK just got onto Frostbite was insane.
Oh, definitely. This should give Innovation a bit of a boost, confidence boost. So let's see what they can bring up for the next round. They do have an orb to spare.
They can go for a farmers. They can maybe buy some MP5s, play a close range. Looks like Pollock is going for a. Going for a UMP, Frostbite on that farmers, and then Maddox with the M4. Nice, Marine on that orb again.
What Innovation should really start doing is instead of playing 1A and you've got Pollock always pushing A lane, you'd rather play 2 mid. Just leave Frostbite there holding close aim for the push.
The problem though, what I think is that Innovation is they're using their util too early.
Yes, definitely.
Like BZK is doing, they're drawing out that util use of them, and
they're literally just waiting.
yes.
Throw a flash there, the utils are gone, and then you have
Joke
to
Frostbite on that 2 kills. Finally goes down by Joker. Marine trying to get that kill. Oh, getting shot in the back by Joker. Joker is a real... Oh no, he got shot by KP, I'm sorry. KP with a lurk. Nice.
All about that lurk right there, boys.
Taking down Maddox. So we got 10-1 towards Berzerk at the moment. It's a tough game for Innovation at the moment. But if you think about it, Innovation comes from Battlefield 4. I think they just started, I think last week was their first game together as a team. So
they've still got a lot to grow, and you know, they're doing so well for a tournament. They really put themselves out there, which is great.
most definitely.
You have to take that first step, putting yourself out that comfort zone, and KP has no idea.
KP has no idea that Marine is sitting behind that sandbags. Marine should just not show himself, he should just relax. Ooh, Shady going through the vents into checkers. Joker standing on the lurk.
You got it. Yeah, well played there by Marine though, but Joker was dragging.
2v4 at the moment. Looks like Serados is putting the bomb down, planning for B main and checkers.
4v2 situation here, an AK and a Deagle.
I think Polak and TK Devil should just save that guns. Polak's got chest now. Oh, unlucky.
Beautiful there by Serados.
Nice play. I love our Joker. Joker is like one of the best players that I've seen. Like lurk. Him and KP, both of them. They're like really so good on the lurk. And
they're really comfortable with playing that position. Serados is a great entry fragger. He loves going in first and, you know, seeing if he can get that first pick. So, you know, each player has their own individual
playstyle.
Safe places, you know?
Yeah. Like even SSK, really SSK on that orb, he's just so good by getting an entry frag now and then. Ooh, push on to B main. Ooh, KP taking down Marine.
Back up. Beautiful there by KP.
Well done, KP.
Performing well tonight.
Maddox with that one tap onto KP. Shady taking him down. TK Devil, yeah, in checkers, dark corner. Maybe looking for a kill.
They don't know he's there, so maybe you can sneak up to one of them and get that headshot there.
Maybe you could stop the bomb plant. Oh, looks like they're flaming him out. Oh, TK Devil taking a lot of damage. 7 HP. Serados looking down into the CT area. Trying to check out TK Devil. What's he doing? Oh, unlucky.
They found him.
They found him. Well done, SSK. But that's CZ. I see a lot of people going over to the CZ. After the 5-7 nerf. A long time ago, actually.
It's really a nice little pistol.
It's awesome. I love the CZ, especially when you do when you got on a save round and you need a quick kill or two.
Oh, definitely. It's really a potent little pistol.
It's awesome. We got Marine in the mid. Marine in the mid again with that orb. He can't cross it.
Nice shot there by Marine.
Well done. I think SSK is looking at him at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. Having a battle out in mid. Oh.
Yep, there he is.
He knows he's got... Oh!
Beautiful.
Well done to Marine on that shot. Joker taking down Maddox. Frostbite out on KP.
4v2 situation.
Yeah, we got a 4v2. Nice. The TK Devil in the CT area.
Joker's a bit uncomfortable in this position. He does not have bomb, and he knows he's surrounded right now. Ooh,
2 kills for Joker.
2v1.
Oh. 1v1.
1v1.
Oh, Unlucky.
So unlucky. But
I
well
would-
played by Pollock.
Well played by Joker. That 3 kills
That
was
would have been a beautiful,
was 6 HP. That's
beautiful
not bad.
touch.
Looks like
Joker's really performing much better from his last game. So it's really good to see.
it is. He's performing a lot better than what he did versus Disrupt.
Definitely.
But what it looks like, the innovation economy is broken again. Even after they won that round. BZK actually rolling in the cash right now, except for
Joker
Shady.
did a lot of damage to that eco, the eco when he got those 3 kills.
Oh, Maddox taking out KP on that one.
Nice shot.
Joker not
Very
caring,
well
he just goes.
Joker just emptied out A. There he goes again.
Well
Beautiful.
So definitely the guy to watch in this tournament would be Joker, and I think KP. I think they're playing well. KP not doing that well.
Great shot there.
He's on 14 kills, which is not bad, but he was doing so much better. Oh, SSK missing that shot on Maddox. Maddox got an opportunity to take down SSK.
Really just need to play time right now.
SSK in that backside area. Looking for that peek onto highway. Maddox. Ooh, Maddox taking him down to 51 HP. Nice. Oh, he doesn't have time.
Very unlucky there, but
Very
well
unlucky,
played.
yeah.
Fortunately, he's going to lose all of that.
That was a good off from Berzerk. I think Innovation must pull their socks up, and I think they must do well on Seaside, because they did well on Seaside on Mirage against Hooligans. But I think we might see another 2 or 3 rounds to Innovation, but I think Berzerk is just too experienced for Innovation to beat them.
But Joker here was, it's outstanding amounts of really pulling his weight in this match.
Joker doing really well with that 22 kills for 6.
Let's see how they're going to set up this default. You see Innovation heading towards A. We have 1 player on A defending, the 2 in mid. Quick
They just-
rotation. Beautiful
Oh,
headshots by
SSK, well done. That was really well. Very good shots from SSK.
Innovation just getting head tapped the whole time.
2 shots, 2 heads. SSK looking for that 3rd headshot.
And he
Nice.
gets it. Very well played there by Berzerkers. The rotation was extremely quick.
Well done. So Innovation got a bomb plant. They can go for SMGs this round if they wish. But it seems like they are Pollock going for armor, Maddox going for chest armor, TK also going for chest armor. Marine on that head armor and chest armor with an MP5. And the rest 3 P250s and 1 Deagle.
TK and Devil can get 1 or 2 picks with that Deagle, would be great.
Ooh, KP might get sprayed out.
Beautiful crossfire going there with Joker and KP. Amazing.
And Innovation has been shut down.
There
Well
was
done
no
by
way
Berzerk,
they could
yeah.
have got past.
No ways.
Very well.
That was really a very good crossfire set up there by KP and Shady, I think it was.
Joker, yes,
Joker.
KP and Joker.
Joker and Shady. Joker.
They had that extra upper hand where they were pushing through smoke, so that alone just really gave them that advantage of picking those guys off, just like that. And blind
Shady going far up mid. We got Pollock going towards.
Up now. See if they can play the pickle too.
Innovation playing that A main very slowly, waiting for that smoke to pass. Oh, Pollock with a frostbite in a bad position. Innovation taking a lot of damage from that nade from Cerados. Ooh, Pollock taking down Cerados, well done.
They have full A, but no YouTube going down.
There's
Very
no,
unfortunate.
unfortunately, there's no smokes for.
It's really giving Berzerk aiming just the easy picks off there as you cross onto A side, sorry.
I apologize for the cam, it seems like it doesn't want to move from frostbite. We got KP. Shady, there we go. Shady taking down Marine, Shady taking down Maddox, and I think that's the game for Berzerk.
Very well,
Well
played,
played.
Berzerk Gaming and
Very, very
Innovation.
well.
Well played, guys.
Innovation playing their hearts out.
Guys, thanks for joining our stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to our channel, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, we everywhere. So just look us up and have a great evening, guys.
It's a very, very, very well played game there. Okay, it seems like we have one more game coming up, but they have already started, so we'll just connect and we'll start casting from where they are at the moment. We're just waiting for that GoTV IP. While we're waiting for that, I'd just like to please ask everyone to please subscribe and follow our social media accounts. Also, if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, just put on that bell notification so you can see when we are live. And then, no, we're just waiting for that. Looks like we got it. The GoTV IP. I have no experience with Legendary Legends or DDC Disrupt. I have no clue who the players are.
See, that's map. They got Inferno. That's a really great map. It's the first time I've seen this.
Inferno,
The
the
tournament
first,
so far?
as the first Inferno map in the tournament, isn't it?
It is. We have Disrupt playing T-sided, and we have Legendary Legend playing PT-sided. At the moment we have a 2v4 situation, and Clove getting
Clove taking down.
very well played.
Jelly Doodle taking down Cliffy.
If you look at the previous games, from Berzerk Gaming to this, it's really fast-paced, which is really good.
It's really, really nice. It's not slow. It's very fast-paced, and I think they are aggressive. I think they might want to get this game over and done with and go to bed.
Yeah, I think everybody's excited to see where their scores lie at the end and how they get into the, how their scores interpret on the divisions.
So we got Lifeline. Ooh, Shizno taking down Jelly Doodle. Lifeline pushing out into that second mid. Taking down Lycan. Well done. Lifeline peeking down mid. Will he get...
Legends have no utils. Not fully equipped.
Lifeline got one molly. He's going to push it down to second mid. Ooh, Lifeline taking up that orb. Seems like that bomb is bottom mid. Looks like it's going towards B at the moment.
Have Legendary Legends really hovering around there in CT to, just that communication of what they're going to say? You got that call now?
Nice double call, nice double spray down from Seb. I don't know, I don't want to butcher the name. I'm just going to say that guy.
That guy.
We got Cliffy and Church. Seems like he's waiting for that push onto B. He's going to take down Chloe. Nice played by Cliffy. Nice and patient. I have no idea who these guys are. I've never seen them.
Clove sitting here with 17 kills, 9 deaths. Really the guy to look at right now. Really playing very well.
Clove 17, 9 deaths, nice. So we got Legendary Legends versus DDC Disrupt now, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so we got...
Correct.
So it's 9-4 going towards DDC. Lifeline pushed up all the way in mid.
This is really Inferno. Anything can happen in Inferno.
Anything. It's city side, C side, doesn't matter. Different teams play very well on different sides of Inferno, I think.
Definitely. You have your A players sneaking around in second mid trying to get that info to see where Disrupt is.
Jelly Doodle looking behind them, but it seems like they're setting up for a B-rush right here. Sephiroso. Sephirosu. There we go.
To be honest.
Clove taking down Cliffy. Sephirosu taking down Furious. Jelly Doodle, well played on watching their backs. They're taking down Shizno.
I say, Legends really do have refreshing names. Very different. No, Lifeline, 50. Very nice.
We got Sephirosu is on 3 HP at the moment, where Shameless has got that cod gun in hand, and he's coming from Banana.
Situation, who's going to take it?
I think
Very high.
if Clove
Holding
keeps
tight
this
the
angle, you will get it.
Playing really patient CT.
Nice, well played, well backed up. Or second oranges will liken.
God, so unlucky.
Unlucky. That almost didn't work out for Lycan. I would have liked to see him just wait for the second player to come through before he starts spraying.
Really had no idea that he was there. Legends a bit broke, but they're forcing it up, I see.
Looks like they're forcing it up, breaking down that economy completely.
Yeah.
Last round of the first half, we got 10 to DDC Disrupt and 4 to Legendary Legends.
Otherwise, this is really going to be a hard game, a hard map and round for Legendary Legends. You know, just looking at the utilities and the armor and just the guns. It's really tough. They're really outnumbered, Joe.
Ghosty taking out Shameless. Shameless being too aggressive with that. Lifeline with that shot onto Furious. Nice.
Gotta love the Deegs.
It's amazing. I love a Deagle, although I can't really play it, but I love it.
I think you need a lot of skill to be able to play with the Deagle.
I think it takes a lot of practice.
Okay. I would be the last person to use Deagle.
And Disrupt just rushing out onto the side, it's just... They're feeling so confident in themselves.
Still got utils, using utils, which is great to slow the retake down.
Cliffy coming through the smoke, they will see him. Ghosty sees him.
Very well played.
Very well. We didn't see half the round, but we saw 3 rounds of the round, and it looks like Disrupt is dominating this game at the moment, but it looks like Legendary Legends would be able to come back over when they go to T side.
Let's see how they'll be able to hold.
I think Legends, that because they played so aggressive on CT side, I think if they take that aggressive side over onto T side, I think they'll do pretty well.
From what I've seen from this team, they are a very aggressive team. So if they can out aim Disrupt, they'll get those quick pushes. Unfortunately, if they can't out aim them, they're just gonna get wrecked.
Oh, Jelly Doodle taking down Jelly Doodle with that Furious taking down Cliffy.
Perfect crossfire happening here on B side.
Very nice shot from Cliffy there, from Jelly Doodle, sorry.
Go for a sneaky bomb plant on A, but he's gonna get it right. Fortunately not.
Clove taking down Lifeline.
Nice try though, very nice try.
Very well played. The nice thing I like about DDC, they're very calm when they play CT side.
Oh, definitely. The crossfire. They really set up their players very well for that crossfire.
And if you look at it, it's not a default setup. It's more like their own personal setup that they play.
Yes. No, it always makes a huge difference. It's nice. It's difficult playing against a team that aren't using a default setup because you really don't know where to expect them. But on that hand, it's really great to have that experience. There's teams with that experience to be able to do that.
Most definitely. Ooh, DDC going up for the boost here.
Going for that information, falling back, playing it safe, waiting patiently.
I love how Lycan is on that bicycle input side with that UMP.
Not a lot of people expect somebody to be standing up there, but it works every time.
It's a very good info spot in my opinion, especially Inferno. I mean, you can see apps and you can see boiler side, which is pretty cool.
But lurking down here on B,
trying to get that pick over onto Banana, but it looks like we only got Lycan with a double spray, Clove with an MP9 onto Shameless. Seems like we have two towards A. Looks like they're gonna try and never mind. Looks like going to ooh, Lifeline with that Deagle.
He's pretty potent with that Deagle, I must say.
Very well. I think his aim is on point with that Deagle.
Definitely. Fortunately, Legendary Legends aren't really getting the chance to get a bomb plant at this point.
They're not getting a chance to get onto the side.
Yes, they're really just overpowering them right now.
Especially with DDC Disrupt with their setups that they have at the moment, with their crossfires. I mean, you got Lycan on the bicycle input, checking boiler side and checking apps. And then you got Clove sitting on side looking for that push that Lycan missed.
Yes.
You know, that's...
Save here for the T side. Probably going to set up to a quick push.
Looks like Chambers are going... Shizno shooting his friend in the back.
Aggressive versus aggressive. Didn't really work out that time.
Look at the setup from DDCA. They got two players towards A. They got one sitting on Arch and they got one sitting boiler side. And then I think there's another one in apps, isn't it? Yes, there's another one in apps. They play for info.
Info's falling back.
They got one guy sitting. Cubby. Ooh, Cubby takes down Shameless. Ghosty's very well on that MP9. He's also not too...
That spray control is amazing.
I love how they play off of each other. It's really good. That's amazing. The crossfires are amazing. They're playing so well off of each other, especially with Ghosty and Clove playing that area.
You even see the B players. They're only now rotating because they only saw bomb now, which is really good. You know? Never know if that person's just really going to rotate and get that bomb.
Cliffy going down in apps. He was actually, I think he was looking for like a sneaky plant there.
Anything at this point just to give him that extra ether.
So we got a timeout at the moment. I just want to switch over to our screen just so you guys can see our sponsors, our partners, all our ads running, not for monetization, but so that you can see what this tournament is all about. Also want to thank our designers, obviously me, I can't thank myself, but I want to thank Cat Black as well. She's been very helpful with designs.
Oh, Lithium, I'll take the effort and I'll thank you. Thank you. You've really done a great job.
Thank you so much.
Making this so much easier.
That's right. But I mean, like, we also got a Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Cup running. I think that prize pool is what, 5,000 rand?
Not quite 100% sure how the Call of Duty is working. But yeah, Formula 1 is coming in. We're wanting to get Overwatch in, so we're waiting for a little bit of response from the community on if they want Overwatch in the tournament. So that would be also really great to bring in. Formula 1 is starting, and they've got a tournament on the 2nd of November, which is really going to be exciting. There's a 3-month free subscription for the F1 Formula winner, so that's also split.
That's pretty awesome, yeah.
Yes, no, for sure.
I really like what ZAMAJORS are doing. I really enjoy that they are trying to host more events for other people, maybe especially like the lower tier players and not for just the high tier players.
We're trying to, just let all the teams really have a fair chance, and we don't just want to stop at CSGO and COD, and we want to get as many games as possible in tournaments.
I think soon we will be looking at getting in League of Legends and Dota as well.
That would be fantastic. We do have a Dota tournament at the moment.
Is it running at the moment?
Yes.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
It is. Just go onto the ZAMAJORS site and everything is there. All the different tournaments are showing.
Yeah, so that is ZAMAJORS.co.za. That is ZAMAJORS.co.za. ZAMAJORS. Yeah. G, I don't know where that comes from. G. Instead of oh, Ghosty taking down Lifeline in mid.
Oh, beautiful pick there.
Very nice pick onto Banana. Furious is rotating over to B. Looks like he's going to throw down a molly there just to stop him. Play it safe on site. Playing behind the fountain. Very nice.
Really hard place to drop the bomb right now, because if they do get that banana pick, they have full control of that bomb. So that's not really great.
Shameless on that. HG 53, 55-3, 553. Time, or Clove taking down Shameless. Taking down Cliffy as well. Seems like the AWP is left and he might be saving it down in Banana.
Legends really just don't know what to do at this point.
So we're on match point for DDC Disrupt. I hope that Legendary Legends can pull this back, but I think with the economy at the moment,
It's very difficult at this point. I think this is really that situation where they're really outskilled, yeah, unfortunately. But, you know, the rest of the tournament they'll be playing other teams. So hopefully they'll get a few wins as well. We don't want to say goodbye to them. They've been such a great team.
Legendary Legends have also been very friendly towards everyone else.
Definitely.
I haven't heard any complaints about them being salty or anything. I know they're good showing good sportsmanship. Sorry, just my English is bad tonight.
Sunday, you're forgiven.
Jelly Doodle looking down at B into Banana. Looks like there's 3 players set up towards Banana. 2 players set up towards Banana.
They're really holding those tight corners. It's very difficult for Legendary Legends.
Oh, Shameless just showing his gun there. Oh, Jelly Doodle not shooting. Oh, well done.
Almost got a collab there.
Almost. Takes down Shameless though.
Yes.
So it's a 2v4 at the moment. Clove with that 10 HP. Furious still with that full HP. Playing behind family. Lycan moving over towards CT side. Looking for that quick peek. Ooh, Cliffy looking behind him to get Ghosty. Lycan pushing through. Taken off guard by a lifeline.
Fought with the Utah in their hands. Happens so often in season.
Clove still in second mid. Cliffy going into boiler side.
Pretty much running out of time here. So they're going to have to make a move within the next 10 seconds. Otherwise, it's game over. Unfortunately,
Clove
got
taking
from behind.
Down. And then Lifeline, the last one to save them. It seems like it's over.
At this point. Really just have to
unlucky. Unlucky for Lifeline. Legendary Legends put up a good fight there, but I seem DDC Disrupt was just too powerful for them.
So, very well played by both teams. Guys, thank you for joining our stream tonight, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday evening, and we will see you for live streams tomorrow, starting at 7 o'clock. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening, and I hope to see more and more of you guys actually coming into the stream and supporting us as we try and cast at least. I think Esproxy and Panda has been the best so far with the 0 nerves, but
oh, they did a great job.
They did.
They really did a great job. It's really nice having you girls on the team, yeah, casting for us. So yeah.
I think we'll be using them in the future as well, and we got Brett as well lined up. Brett will be casting as well. He was casting the Black Sheep game the other night and he was doing very well. So yes, I think we got that lined up, and I think we got everything out the way. So I think yes, good night to everyone. I hope you guys have a good Sunday evening, and we shall see you guys tomorrow night.
Bye guys.
Bye.